Yo, do you guys see this? Hell no, that's not gonna work. I gotta fix that. All right, first off, I got these cables. The yellow cables are basically how you connect to the dash, how you connect to the ECU. So let me pull these out. I will not be needing these. These can go out of the car. Get my light. 1 ground wire, connection to the dash, O2 connection. Outside of that, oh, that's not that bad. That's not that many wires. It was the freaking yellow wires that were making me think this was crazy. The one thing that I find people run into a lot is it's hard to find a spot to mount it cleanly. That's my goal with this video, is to get that mounted up cleanly and still be able to have passengers in the car and wires not everywhere. I tried to figure out all the different ways I can mount it, and this is the best one I came up with. This is the tube mount kit from Holotech. I know it says Nexus R3, but it's the same thing as the Nexus S2. Wait. Okay, yes. I had to double check, but I checked Holotech's site, and the Nexus R3 also works for the S3 and S2. So basically it's this plate, and then with this plate, the ECU goes on the plate, and then you have these two mounts. These mount to the roll cage. Because it's an ECU and you have electronic parts inside, you don't want it vibrating. If you hard mount it to the cage, it's gonna vibrate like crazy and likely damage the electronics. So they have these kind of dampers, these like rubber dampers, and they're like a spacer. By the way, this is not like hard plastic, it's rubber. And that'll kind of isolate the vibrations so the ECU is not getting shook a billion trillion times every second. Obviously that's an exaggeration, but that way you don't damage the ECU from all the vibration. I'm gonna install this real fast, and once the ECU is on there, then I can kind of clean up the wiring and stuff and zip tie it and everything. And I have to get in this awkward position where I basically like get on my back, and I have to like be like this. So I have this here and I have it mounted on this. Now I'm gonna see how it looks in the car. The only thing I'm worried about is how high the actual mount is, because you need the anti-vibration mounts. So I'm just a little bit worried it's gonna stick out pretty far. The passenger still has to be able to get in the car and not, kick the ECU or have it sticking out like touching their leg. Not a big deal, but I don't want it to be touching their leg. It's kind of crazy. Doing it right there. Now I did have some other crazy ideas, which this is one of them, having it right here, but that's way too close to the seat. The seat's probably not gonna fit because it sticks out so much. Or yo, what do you guys think? I can do this. What do you guys think? Yeah? Get the hell out of here. There it is, mounted. I put it pretty low. I had to pull that harness up. So all this, I just yanked it up and then had to tighten it with the Allen, just one turn, tiny turn at a time. It was there for a minute, but I got it in, pushed it down. So right now you can barely see, but the harness is above the actual point that mounts on the roll bar. Passenger wise, come on, let's be honest, it's not really that much in the way. Just be careful as you're getting in. It's better than having it there where they could just step on it. I've seen people step on my ECU and use it to brace. They put their feet there and they braced on my ECU before. So this is way better. Wiring is way better now. Maybe getting in, it might be a little weird. Their foot might hit this part right here, but honestly, once they're in, they got all the space. I'm very organized with my wiring, or at least I try to be. And it makes it hard when you already have a harness that's made. So like certain stuff like these loops I had to make, and then up here, those loops right there, even the ones back there from previous wiring. That happens when I have a harness that's just too long. And when they're nice like this, I can't shrink them or cut them. You know what I mean? So I have to find something to do with the extra loom, and I end up just doing these little loops, but it doesn't look that bad. This side I'm not a huge fan of because I have a lot of wires and stuff just kind of out. And I know it looks like it's gonna get pinched by the door. There's actually a crazy amount of space between the door. Without the panel on, look at all that space. I did CAN for the dash, so the dash is plugged back in, and then my wideband sensors plugged back in, as well as the 2 connectors that go from the patch harness to the ECU are back in. So right now I wanna move on to the window switches. Like I said before, this is what they look like. They're just hanging down, and this does not look clean at all. In the videos, the wire is just kind of flopping all over the place. So I kinda wanna like clean this up, make this look decent. It's still gonna have a wire going here, but maybe even I can get like the zip ties that pop into the holes and secure it. So it goes like, I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out, but I wanna clean that up. And then I have the mounts for these actual switches, so I don't have to have it freaking mounted to the locking the handle mechanism. That's just, I don't like that. So we're gonna try to figure out the mounting of the holder for the switch and then clean all this up, make it look nice. I do have my DT connector for it, which is cool, but that's not enough. This does not look good. All right, so now I'm about to start mocking stuff up. Basically just trying to find the best way I can mount and fit this window switch. I found the bolts I want to use. I forgot that I kind of mocked this up before. I need to remember where I decided to put it, but right here I got 4 Allen bolts. I got these at Ballard Bolt, so I had a plan. I just need to remember what that plan was. So now that I think about it, I mounted it right here, right there. So that's where that is on the door panel. And these already have threads inside, which is why I chose that. And this bolt actually fits the threads. So I did plan this out, I just forgot. But it's gonna mount, that would be stupid to mount it upside down. So it'll mount like this, which is not like a horrible spot. It is a little bit more concealed, which I like. I just need to figure out after this how to route the wires. This is what happens when you're unprepared. I don't have drill bits. I threw the set out because they were all just doled out and missing half the set. I'm gonna run to Harbor Freight, pick up some stuff, get back here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, and I'll continue. We gooch. Come on, man. That looks pretty tight. I have just 2 zip ties holding this down, electrical tape, my DT connector, and then I did tighten this up pretty much all the way. So now the window switch is in a decent spot instead of just hanging. The one thing I'm concerned about right now is just these zip ties. When you cut them, you guys, if you mess with zip ties, know these can get really sharp. So I'm gonna use this file and just kind of like shave them down a bit. I wanna test it out real fast. You can take it out and flip it around, and that'll change basically what each one does. So at one orientation, this arrow can go down. If you flip this and then press it, it can go up. Hopefully the forward arrow puts it up and the backward one drops it down. Let's see. It does, so. That feels a lot better than before, because now I can just reach to it like a regular window switch. Yes, all right. That's pretty fire. I'm happy with that. So now I just gotta basically do this entire thing on the other side. All right, so I just finished doing all the wiring for the window switches. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Passenger side, also pretty decent. My first 3 printed parts, I'm gonna try to print more in the future. There's one more thing I need to do. The fridge. This is still empty. If you watched the house tour video, I showed you guys this new fridge I got for the shop, but there's nothing in it. So I'm gonna route the cord, plug it in, and then we're gonna put some stuff in this fridge real fast. Let's go. So far, I got Liquid Death. This one I've been drinking, whatever. Coconut water, regular water. These are gonna help with very, very early mornings if we have a track day. Get on the healthy side now. 24 pack of Yingling beer. I don't even know if that's how you say it. I don't really drink like that. Like maybe now and then, whoa, pause, that was crazy. If people do come over and they want a beer because they're in the garage, it's kind of like the cliche thing, so I got beer. Okay, I got good news and bad news. Good news, new part, and hidden in the corner, you might have seen it in the video or previous videos, is a long-awaited part for the S14. Bad news, we're gonna do it in the next video. So we're gonna unbox, and install in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. If you watch this far and you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. We're almost to 10,000 subs. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.